Welcome to Art Book Nook. My name is Kay and I share and review my collection of art and craft books. Today we're going to look at 101 Watercolor Secrets by Anna Bucciarelli. So whether you're a novice or seasoned artist, 101 Watercolor Secrets promises to be an indispensable resource that offers practical guidance, artistic inspiration and a wealth of knowledge to elevate your craft. This book has 253 pages, with lovely print and excellent paper quality. The book is thoughtfully divided into 10 main sections, which makes it really easy to navigate, especially when you're looking for something specific. You can dip in and out, find exactly what you need, and return to it whenever necessary. The sections include decoding pigment labels, exploring colour families, building your signature palette, tools that matter, essential techniques, favourite subjects, dealing with challenges and common frustrations, composition secrets, Anna's favourite tips and tricks, and unveiling your potential with strategies for growth in watercolour painting. I've decided to review this book as a video series, otherwise this book review will take well over an hour and I'm sure no one has the stamina for that. So I'll release a new chapter every day until we reach the end of this incredible book by Anna Bucciarelli. Chapter 8, Composition Secrets. In this chapter, Anna shares her go-to tips for creating strong, engaging compositions. We'll start with the basics, rhythm, movement and colour harmony, and build from there. You don't need to be a watercolour expert to try these out. Anna walks us through different compositional structures and how to avoid the ones that can be a bit boring. She starts with a static structure, where you place your main subject right in the centre of the page. It's balanced, but it can feel a bit predictable. Instead, Anna encourages us to adopt more dynamic layouts. Off-centre compositions can create a sense of movement and tension, which helps to pull the viewer in. One of the easiest ways to break out of a boring composition is to play with shapes inside your frame. One of Anna's favourite compositional shapes is a heart, which she illustrates with the painting of 2 turtle doves. A strong triangular structure anchors the painting of the sunbird and lemons, and bottom right, the 2 hummingbirds are arranged in an X shape. These subtle shapes help guide the viewer's eye and give the composition real visual interest. When designing a composition, Anna always considers movement, how the viewer's gaze will travel through the painting. It's all about guiding the eye and shaping the visual story. Movement can be subtle, like in a quiet still life where your attention gently shifts from one object to the next. In landscapes, it might be more moderate. Think of a winding river that leads you around the scene. And in bold abstract pieces, the movement is often dramatic, with sweeping brushstrokes and vibrant colours that demand your attention. A strong focal point is key. It grabs the viewer's attention and anchors the whole painting. Placing your subject right in the centre is one way to do it, but as Anna mentioned previously, it can end up looking static and boring. Instead, Anna suggests using techniques such as the rule of thirds, creating contrast with colour and value, playing with size and scale, and using leading lines to guide the eye. She describes each of these in detail, making it easy for you to understand and start applying in your own work. Movement in a composition isn't just about shapes or objects. It can also come from a gesture or gaze. Have you ever noticed how we're naturally drawn to faces, especially the eyes? It's something marketers use all the time to grab our attention. Anna illustrates this with 2 classic examples from the Old Masters: Michelangelo's Creation of Adam, where the viewer's gaze travels along the outstretched arms and hands, and Vermeer's Girl with a Pearl Earring, where that single glance over her shoulder pulls you right in. It's subtle but very powerful. Another compositional tool Anna uses in her work is visual rhythm, which gives a sense of flow and movement created through repetition and variation. This might show up in repeated motifs, in the layering and overlapping of elements, or through contrasts in shape, size or colour. If you take a close look at Anna's painting of the betterfish and orchids on the right-hand page, you'll notice how the graceful lines of the fish's flowing fins are echoed in the delicate veins in the orchid petals. This repetition creates harmony, while the subtle differences between them add interest. When it comes to designing her compositions, Anna begins by exploring multiple reference images. She'll test out different scenarios, as in her example of mushrooms in a forest setting, mixing and matching elements from various sources. Throughout the process, she stays mindful of key details like the direction of light in the final piece. In her full forest composition example, Anna shares the reference materials she started with and takes us through her thought process, showing us how she worked through several variations before settling on the final layout. I really like this example. It's easy to think Anna's artwork just pops out of her head, so it's very reassuring to learn there is much more to it, and really helpful to learn how Anna develops her ideas and arrives at the final design. In this section, Anna highlights the importance of using a cohesive colour palette and how recycling colours throughout your composition helps create a sense of harmony and visual continuity. She explains 3 classic approaches, such as monochromatic harmony, using variations of a single colour, analogous colour, which is colours that sit side by side on the colour wheel, and complementary contrast, using opposite colours on the colour wheel. A lovely example of an analogous palette is Anna's painting of blue orchids. She layers various shades of blue, from pale sky blue to vivid ultramarine, with hints of purple and violet to add interest. On the right-hand page, there are 2 further examples where Anna has recycled colours to unify the overall compositions. As artists, we often draw inspiration from the world around us, and over time we also build up personal collections of reference photos. Anna has kindly shared her favourite sources of copyright-free images, perfect for building your own compositions without worrying about permissions. Anna encourages you to pay close attention to the quality of your reference photos. Take a look at the 2 images of the pink rose on the left. The first was taken during the golden hour, just before sunset when the light is soft, and the second in the harsh light of midday. The difference is very noticeable. In the first, the colours are rich and vibrant. In the second, they appear flat and a little washed out. A reminder that lighting can make all the difference when choosing or taking reference images. Since childhood, Anna has been fascinated by Asian art, and here she shares one of her favourite techniques, the host and guest approach from the traditional gongbi style of Chinese watercolour. Anna explains the underlying principles, then to help you understand how this technique works in practice, she walks us through a case study of a ladybird resting on a tropical plant. Anna grew up in Ukraine, surrounded by the vibrant colours and whimsical patterns of Ukrainian folk art known as petrikivka. It's a joyful decorative style and one Anna is formally trained in. Here Anna encourages you to look into the folk art traditions of your own culture or region, where there's often a deep well of inspiration just waiting to be discovered. On the right-hand page, you'll find a case study of one of Anna's paintings titled Purple Firebirds, a classic petrikivka example. I think it's quite lovely, don't you? And that concludes this episode, covering Chapter 8, Compositional Secrets. In Episode 9, Anna will share some of her favourite watercolour tips and tricks. I hope you found this review helpful. If you did, please give the video a like. It really helps YouTube share it with others who enjoy art books too. I post a new art book review every week, so if you'd like to see more, do consider subscribing. I truly appreciate it. If you found the review helpful, please feel free to leave a comment below. I reply to everyone. And if there's an art book you'd like me to feature, just let me know. I'll do my best to review it for you. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy painting.